On behalf of the graduating class of 2016, I would like to welcome all family and friends to this prestigious occasion. I would like to take this time to thank all of those who have made our commencement ceremony possible. All teachers, administration members, band members, and choir members. At this time, senior choir members, please prepare for your part in the program. I would also like to ask that the noise level be kept to a minimum, that no pictures be taken, and that all cell phones be turned off or to vibrate so that they do not interfere with the dignity of this event or our wireless microphones. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you with our final event as seniors at Boonville High School, Graduation 2016.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, please stand as the seniors sing our national anthem. At the conclusion, senior band members, please join the rest of the band in preparation for your performance.
Good morning, everyone. People always talk about how they want to be remembered, so I guess I'll do that too. But this isn't just about me. This is about everyone behind me. This is about the class of 2016. This group of people is full of exceptional athletes, great minds, gifted musicians, and talented people in general. While this is how we may be remembered, that only describes our high school selves at an academic or extracurricular level. My fellow graduates have the whole world in front of them. They will achieve anything they want to do. I'm sure this group of people we have will change the world. All of them will be important members in society. Some will be doctors and lawyers. Some will be engineers and teachers. And some have chosen to serve our country. Some don't have a clue what they want to do, but will do great in whatever they choose. Looking past all of our talents and gifts, my fellow graduates are genuinely nice people, and that's how they should be remembered. I've made so many friends in this class, including people I've known my whole life to people I've just gotten to know this year. These people have turned into lifelong friends that I know would do anything for me. I remember all of you, and I hope to keep in contact with them. This is a special group of young men and women, and they will be remembered that way. I would like to say I personally know most of them, and to those who I don't know, I wish I had gotten to. I want to personally wish everyone good luck in whatever your future may hold. Thank you for a great 4 years, and congrats, class of 2016.
Good luck and God bless.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome family and friends, students and alumni to one of the oldest continuous graduation ceremonies in the state of Indiana, Boonville High School's 142nd commencement exercises. I'd like to take a moment and welcome some special guests this morning. First, Warwick County Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Schneider. Warwick County Board of School Trustees President, Mr. Gary Hockmeister. Board Member, Mr. Tom Welch. Board Member, Mrs. Dorothy Krager. Board Member, Mrs. Candace Nance. Board Member, Mr. Ben Stillwell. And Board Member, Mrs. Brenda Metzger. I'd also like to introduce several people at Boonville High School that make this morning such a special occasion. Assistant Principal, Mr. Willie Wilder. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Stacy Flamian. Our senior class sponsors, and I'll read them all, please. Mrs. Julia Mays, Mr. Mark Meyer, Mr. Alan Collins, Miss Missy Gisselman, Mr. James Blankenship, Mr. Jason Roy, Miss Donna Brown, Miss Marla Hendrickson, Mrs. Robin Washburn, Mr. Fran Weil, Mrs. Stephanie Sullivan-Whitten, Mrs. Camille Woolston, and Mrs. Devonna Hearing. Please give them a round of applause for their help. I'd also like to pause from our program for just a moment and recognize two staff members here at Boonville High School who will not be back. Retiring after 39 years from Boonville High School is Mr. Ron Rogie. And I'd also like to mention Mr. Stan Enser, who passed away a few short weeks ago. I'd also like to mention that again this year, our commencement program is being broadcast via the internet. On the back of your programs, you'll see a YouTube website, and you can visit that. If you want to pass that along to other family and friends, visit that over the next few months at that address. We'll leave that up for quite some time. Earlier this week, at our annual Senior Awards Night, almost $585,000 in scholarships and awards were bestowed upon many of our students. At this time, I'd like to recognize all of our scholarship and award winners and ask them to stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize our senior class officers and ask them to stand. President, Ms. Shay Overton. Vice President, Mr. Noah Ashley. Secretary, Mr. Dalton Ralph. Treasurer, Miss Madison Stutzman. And Historian, Miss Isabella Byers. Their help and contributions in this program for organizing and planning have been invaluable, so appreciate them. There are also a few other groups of students that I'd like to take time to recognize. They are noted in your program. The first group is our Indiana Core 40 diploma graduates. I would like to ask these students to stand, and then at this time, I'd like to ask you in joining me in recognizing these 99 young men and women. Indiana Core 40 graduates. Thank you. You may have noticed medallions some of our students are wearing this morning. These signify our Indiana Academic Honors and Technical Honors diploma students. These medallions are provided by Old National Bank here in Boonville, and I'd like to ask these 39 students to stand and invite you to join me in recognizing them. Thank you. A third group we'd like to honor is our National Honor Society. They're identified on the floor by the white stoles they're wearing, and I'd like to ask these 35 students to stand and be recognized. Thank you. We don't have the next one happen very often, but I'd like to ask one student in particular to stand. He's had perfect attendance all 4 years of school, and I always cringe at this because when you give an attendance award, sometimes they don't show up. But he's here today. At this time, I'd like to ask him to stand and be recognized, Mr. Jarrett Stahl. Also identified in your program are 5 students who have enlisted in the military. I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you. We're here today to recognize excellence. Excellence is said to be the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible. For our lives are not determined by what happens to us, but by how we react to what happens to us. Not by what life brings us, but by the attitude we bring to life. A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It's a catalyst, a spark that creates extraordinary results. Before you is the class of 2016. And from this time forward, as these students walk our halls as Pioneer alumni, I hope that memories of some of the best times of your life come rushing back and put a smile upon your face time and time again. I want to wish all of you the very best in your travels ahead. It's exciting to think of the positive possibilities that lie in your path and how you will change this world in a positive manner. I pray that through the instruction you've been given, understanding will be gained so that knowledge may be used to develop wisdom that will lead you along life's journey. May the wind be at your back, the sun shine gently upon your face, and the road rise up to meet you. Congratulations, class of 2016, on a job well done. And now, I'd like to recognize and call to the stage our valedictorian and salutatorians, 3.98 valedictorian, Miss Allison Smith, and our 3.96 salutatorians, Miss Shay Overton and Mr. Kyler Klein. Stage is all yours.
First off, I'd like to say just how honored I am to be speaking here today. I'm very proud to not only be graduating, but to be graduating with a class filled with such excellent people. Graduation day has been slowly creeping up on us since we first stepped foot into Boonville High School. It seems almost surreal that the day is finally here. As we end our high school careers, it is inevitable that most of us will go our separate ways, whether it's going off to college, entering the military, or going straight into the workforce. Many of us will split up and become strangers. A quote I find helpful in bittersweet times like these is one by Dr. Seuss. It says, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." We must all remember to enjoy the little things and smile about the lifelong friendships and memories that have been made. From crowd surfing No Ashley at prom to dunking on each other in the halls, we sure have made some great memories. As we approach the next step in our lives, we must not forget to thank those who have helped us along the way. A prime example is the story of Charlie Plum, a jet fighter who fought in Vietnam. His plane was shot down, and he was forced to parachute to safety. He luckily lived to tell the tale and eventually returned home. Years later, he was approached by a man who he did not recognize. The man proceeded to tell him that he packed his parachutes all those long years. Charlie couldn't help but think of all the times he might have walked past the man who saved his life without even saying good morning or hello. He thanked the man over and over, but the man just smiled and said it was enough gratification to be able to help out a friend in need. Some of the most important people in our lives may go unnoticed for the great things they do. There are countless people that give selflessly over and over to make our lives better, and they deserve the ultimate gratification. So don't forget to thank your parents who have pushed you to be the best you can, the teachers who come to school every day trying to better your education, your coaches who pushed you and taught you the valuable life lessons, your grandparents who are your biggest fans, the lunch ladies who prepared our meals every day, your teammates who picked you up after a tough game, and everyone, big or small, who helped you along the way, because you never know who packed your parachute and who might make a difference in your life.
If you thought the cross-country team only consisted of 4 or 5, then what I'm about to tell you might come as a surprise. Although each of us are pursuing our own unique dream, all of us, the class of 2016, are a team. The high school years have been like a cross-country course. We have strived to make the best of each year, each mile, and live without remorse. A cross-country course is made up of 3.1 miles. Similar to cross-country, high school was full of hard work, perseverance, and many smiles. Freshman year was like mile 1, just the beginning of our high school run. We were all nervous and excited on the first day, the starting line. Our parents and grandparents promised us we would do just fine. As soon as the starting gun went off, we were ready to go. We joined clubs, sports teams, and our knowledge and friendships started to grow. Some immediately sprinted to the front of the pack. We wanted to become involved in everything and tried to stay on track. But our starting pace didn't matter because we were all pushing through. And before we knew it, we hit sophomore year, also known as mile 2. Sophomore year, we all began to settle into our own pace. We had different goals and talents, but we were all running the same race. There were times when things got hard and we started to feel out of breath. We sometimes took for granted how much little time we had left. There were times when the steep hills started to get tough, but our goal in sight was more than enough to keep us pushing through the trials, bringing us to junior year, the last full mile. The last mile is a test of endurance, but we remembered our hard work and practices and used them as reassurance that no matter how steep the hills or how hard the times we faced, we had the power, the determination to finish the race. To some of us, junior year may have seemed really long, but just like in cross country, our fans, our family reminded us to finish strong. Our legs might have been aching, our shoulders might have been tight, but the finish line was just in sight. As I said earlier, a cross country race is 3.1 miles, so you may wonder why senior year is only the 0.1. Well, it's because it goes by so fast, and in less than a minute, you're done. The last 1/10 of a mile is ran with your heart. As you're running, you think of all the things that have happened since the start. You are reminded of the memories you have made. You become proud that you stuck the course and did not stray. The amazing thing about cross country is that each runner takes a slightly different path to get to the end. We are all focused on finishing, not just getting a win. Because we runners, we students know that what we do can be rough. And in order to finish, you must be mentally tough. So here we are, getting ready to cross the finish line. I'm only here because of God, the divine. It doesn't matter if you're finishing first or last, because each person in life has their own unique path. In life, we will conquer many miles, and we will for sure face many trials. When you think you can't keep going, you have nothing left, just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Don't live your life in fear. Go out and roam. but never forget the place you once called home. Getting our diplomas is not the end. Our biggest race in life is just about to begin. So go out, discover your passions, and make your dreams come true. Congratulations, class of 2016. My team, we've pushed through.
As we stand here today, we all have a ton of emotions running throughout us at once. We feel sad that our time as kids has flown by so fast. Some of us might feel scared to take the next step on our own. We are all experiencing different feelings, but together we are all experiencing one specific feeling, which is happiness. I can safely say that everyone here today is happy that their daughter, son, student, grandchild, friend, or whoever it might be is graduating high school. Graduation is one of the greatest and most memorable days of our lives. It is a day to celebrate not only our successes, but our failures that made us the individuals we are today. It is a day to reminisce on some of our most fond memories. Graduation is not only a time of celebration, but it is a time to be thankful. We should be thankful that we live in a free country that allows us to receive an education, that we are provided the resources to educate ourselves in order to strive for greatness. We should be thankful that we have been blessed with teachers that have helped us along our path to success, that our teachers show patience and persistence in helping us learn even when we lose patience in ourselves. We should take the time to thank our parents for dragging us out of bed each morning for 18 years, for ambitiously leading us towards a prosperous path while giving us the freedom to make our own choices, for supporting us from the time we took our first steps towards walking to now when we are about to take our first steps out on our own. Most of all, we should thank them for providing us with unconditional love. We should take time to thank our coaches that have pushed us to our limits. They have encouraged us to give it all we got and never give no as an answer. They have taught us some of the most valuable characteristics that will continue to shape us as individuals. They have provided us with a sport we love and friendships that we will cherish forever. Lastly, we should thank each other for being a part of an unforgettable high school experience. Whether we are close friends or merely acquaintances, we have all been a part of each other's lives for the past 4 years. We have supported one another and celebrated each other's success. We have been each other's cheerful spirit, friendly hello, and understanding listener when we needed it the most. All of us will miss each other in one way or another. Do not think of this as an end, but as a new chapter in our life. I would like to say that I am proud of each and every one of you for sticking with it even when the times got tough, and I am excited to see you all conquer this journey we call life.
Mr. Schneider, the past 4 years have been filled with studying, tests, and more procrastination than we'd like to admit to. Despite all odds, these great seniors have pushed through it all and are sitting anxiously here before you. We have met the requirements that the Worth County School Corporation and the Indiana Department of Education has asked of us. These dedicated young adults and I proudly present ourselves as the 142nd graduating class of Boonville High School.
The moment you've all been waiting for. Okay, first row. Jordan Mackenzie Buxton. Isabella Ann Byers. Allison Teresa Smith. Madison Paige Brown. Christian David Brown. Noah Leonard Ashley. Kyler Nicholas Klein. Keaton Lee Burgess. Lane William Kirkland. Cameron Andrew Chapman. Omar Manuel Flores Mosqueda. Noah Daniel Enright. Tyla Jade Aller. Amina Salud. Taylor Marie Miles. Chase Allen Waters. Peyton Thomas Marksberry. Joshua Tanner Pollock. Blair Elizabeth Leslie. Hannah Morgan Baker. Ty Allen Osha. Justin Davis Osha. Ian Connor Rudolph. Samuel Ryan Talley. Logan Corey Simpson. Garrett David Camp. Danielle Faye Henderson. Abby Elizabeth Winstead. Whoever's next. Whoever's next? Can you help? Ryan Timothy Nance. Matthew Philip Dysinger. Samuel Aaron Franz. Ty Austin Johnson. Jamie Sue Selby. Gabriel Matthew Harper. Jacob Dennis Sandage. Alexis Marie Gibson. Katie Lee Tierbach. Jennifer Ann Nelson. Caitlin Dawn Henderson. Natasha Sierra Burke. Hannah Grace Miller. Catherine Ann Holgus. Janice Rose Helms. Corey Shane Williams. Tyler Joe Krager. Sydney Leanne Simmering. Kelsey Renee Krager. Rachel Nicole Clark. Gunnar Justice Lynch. Brandon Andrew Paul. Isaiah Matthew Harris. Joseph Robert Johnson Howland. Blake Thomas Swan. Joseph Scott King. Spencer Isaac Wester. Jackie Brianne Wilson. Casey Joe Whipple. Catherine Elizabeth Duncan. Shelby Ann Miller. Nicole Michelle Stroud. Zachary Micah Hall. John Lewis Fisher. Anthony Douglas Kemp. Austin Ryan Dotson. Samantha Jo Howell. Haley Michelle Harrison. Doris Ide Alvarez. Leah Rose Goldbach. Kendall Elizabeth Brosmer. Madison Elaine Blackford. Dakota Wayne Bowman. Jonathan Joseph Pearl. Ian Thomas Parkhill. Cody Edward Blackford. Brendan Jacob Broshears. Robert Earl Bittner. Brianna Nicole Miller. Alexandria Marie Fisher. Brandon Wade Gorley. Rory Douglas Miller. Donovan Michael Wall. Thomas Allen Sandoval. Rachel Taylor Garrison. Hannah Reynolds. Cedra Ann Pastori. Molly Ann Powers. Stephen Michael Young. Brooke Nicole Johnson. Faith Eileen Parker. Carissa Louise Farrar. Travis Andrew Fortune. Madison Noel Collins. Brittany Nicole Darrington. Brandon Clay Williams. Alexander Lee Park. Madison Nicole Stutzman. Taylor Nicholas Russell. Shay Nicole Overton. Dalton Lee Ralph. Quentin Lee Meyer. Braden Joseph Burton. Zane Matthew Clark. Summer Marie Molesky. Lauren Dawn Grubb. Corey Michael Griffith. Patrick Scott Ryer. Jarrett Mason Stahl. Byron Thomas Seibert. Nicholas Dean Bass. Sage Alston Vincent. Kaylee Michelle Howard. Lauren Danielle Dozier. Jordan Thomas Nicholson. Isaac Mikhail Burge. Kaylee Ann Boyd. Annalise Marie Seib. Brandon Lee Gary. Dylan James Browning. Kaylee Christine Fisher. Carly Michelle Cook. Hannah Sue Curtis. Tanner Cole Dickerson. Leah Elizabeth Camp. Mason Brian Barkley. Carly Ann Rinder. Austin Michael Greer. Dylan Reed Marvel. Michael L. Cates. Oscar Damian Barco. Christopher Allen McBride. Michaela M. Ferguson. Corey Zane Dossett Ware. Alyssa Lynn Morgan. Carissa Dawn Morgan. Kelsey Madeline Likens. Corey Jacob Mofield. Alyssa Nicole Newland. Ryan Stephen Berry. Bailey Louise Metter. Lindsay Morgan Noon. Ashley K. Young. Lindsay Marie Watkins. Megan Renee Ripperdan. Dayton Lane Williamson. Clay Michael David Brownlow Lemons. Jonathan Eric Troutman. Austin Chase Vickery. Billy Ray Wallace. Deanna Joe Skelton. Cheyenne Autumn Becker. Megan Marie Basham. Austin Tyler Cook. Alexis Ann Granderson. Noah Alexander Fisher. Devin Lee Franz. Austin Kyle Beavers. Kaylin Joe McAdams. Sage Michelle Midkiff. Trenton Allen Harder. Andrea Page Life. Chelsea Brianne Carter. Mackenzie Joe Gottman. Catherine Elaine Hales. Courtney Renee Barnett. Jacob Robert Black. Devin Thomas Strange. Chase Colton Burke. Matthew Adam Stapura. Alexander Todd Allen. Matthew Keith Higginson. Quentin LaWayne Davis. Robert Kyle Kelly. Andrew David Webb. Jacob Rudy Boyd Holly. Antonio Michael Martinez. Andrew Patrick Hatcher. Ethan Paul Pastori. Quentin Lee Wagner. Emily Louise Griffin. Valerie Marie Harper. Brian Thomas Pulver. Zachary L. Leslie. Austin Wade Stacer. Zachary Alexander Masterson. Jacqueline Diane Wilson. Megan Nicole Wolf. David Wesley Statz. Kelsey Hannah Renee Monarch. Ladies and gentlemen, your Boonville High School class of 2016.
Graduating seniors, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your high school careers at Boonville. You are the 142nd class to graduate from Boonville High School and now join more than 17,595 other Boonville graduates. Will the class of 2016 please rise? It is my duty and privilege as superintendent of the Warwick County School Corporation to announce to this class, to all present, and to all who shall in the future inquire about your attainment, that you are graduates of Boonville High School, class of 2016. Congratulations.
Through the years, we have stood side by side. We have laughed together, smiled together, and even cried together. Now I'm asking you, my fellow classmates, to take part in one final act as Boonville High School students together. When we turn these tassels, we are turning to a new chapter in our lives. We are no longer students, but graduates. Boonville High School, class of 2016, please join me as we turn our tassels from the right to the left.
Amen.